What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So things is getting real bad for the old guards in the sport of boxing, the old promoters and the sanction bodies, as His Excellency, Turki Alalshiekh, has come into the form with Dana White and others from the WWE and the UFC to form the league we know as TKO. But not only that, they have put in a budget of over $27 billion. Did y'all hear what I said? $27 billion to invest in this league to be able to reshape, tear down the old guard, which you know as the sport of boxing as it was, and reinvent a new version of the sport of boxing with only one belt, which will be the Ring Magazine title per division. And we know that Turki Alalshiekh investment groups from Saudi Arabia have funded him $1 trillion. You heard what I said. $1 trillion for sports he has access to invest in the sport of boxing. This is why you saw Mauricio Suleiman, president of the World Boxing Council, better known as the WBC, have a change of heart when he had that interview after Turki Alalshiekh refused to acknowledge the WBC belt in the press conference for Saul Canelo Alvarez and William Skull, where he stood there and he showcased the Ring Magazine belt, the undisputed belt, and he refused to allow the WBC belt to be showcased, and Mauricio Suleiman wasn't happy. Well, this is what happens when I told you guys we need to see the best fighting the best, and y'all giving these fighters passes, and y'all talking about being fans of promotional companies and fans of networks instead of being a fan of the sport of boxing, and downplaying and trying to water down Turki Alalshikh's presence and what he's going to do in the sport of boxing. This is what you're getting ready to get. $27 billion just to take into consideration. Take this into consideration. They gave Eddie Hearn $1 billion to start Matchroom USA with DAZN. $1 billion. $1 billion. They are using $27 billion to invest in, to reshape, to tear down the old guard and start over. And Turkey has the access of $1 trillion sports investment from Saudi Arabia Group. And if y'all think you ain't getting ready to see a brand new sheriff in town in the sport of boxing, you are outside your mind. You can still try to grasp onto them straws if you want to. Everybody's going to get down or lay down. Believe that. And this all because you had sides of the street talk. You had this promoter not wanting to work with this promoter. Everybody wanted to be the A side. Everyone wanted to brag and boast about how much money they make in pay-per-view sales. As I told you guys, you silly people out there talking about, oh, it was a failure. He only did 43,000 pay-per-view buys. It's not about the pay-per-view buys. Stop letting these people lead you astray. Turki Alalshiekh could care less about pay-per-view buys because guess what? He's going to have a whole league controlling the sport of boxing and nobody's going to care about pay-per-view buys. The fighters don't care about pay-per-view buys because they don't get paid based off of pay-per-view buys. And Turki Alalshiekh is playing with $1 trillion. Why does he care about pay-per-view buys? As he told you, it's going to be hard and it's going to be great in the future. So keep letting these platforms lead you astray, talking about, oh, it was a failure. Turki Alalshiekh failed with the Terrence Crawford card with $10 million. He had to leave the United States. Really? You get ready to see Canelo versus Terrence Crawford in September. And he's given two fighters over $150 million. Guaranteed. Floyd Mayweather needed the pay-per-view back-end money that he's still being owed to make $100 million. Take that into consideration. He's getting ready to give them $150 million apiece. Combined. Guaranteed. They're not worrying about back-end pay-per-view money, people. Stop letting these people lead you astray. They don't care about back-end pay-per-view money. That's null and void. And this is why you see Mauricio Sulaiman suddenly coming out and apologizing and saying that we could work together. Yeah, because he understands he's about to be X'd out, just like the other promotional companies if they don't get on board. Why? Because ESPN decided to get out the business of the sport of boxing, so Top Rank is stuck with DAZN. Don't have a budget. PBC with Amazon Prime, they're not giving them a budget. You saw those press conferences with Tank Davis and you saw the press conferences with Canelo Alvarez. You seen a major difference, didn't you? A major difference. It's over. Turki Alalshiekh has officially taken over. Don't be late. Be on time. And that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.